Hello and welcome to Sheet 10 again. So today we're going to look at the topic of support and resistance. This is the basic diagram of support and resistance, what support and resistance is. Again, I am not a SEBI registered advisor, so please do your own research. And there is no investment advice given in this video. Okay, so what is support and resistance? Support and resistance is basically is where you can see where the buyers are and where the sellers are. So we can see where the demand is and where the supply is. So this is the basic understanding of what support and resistance is. You can identify the levels at which there are buyers, there are sellers, and we can see how it plays out. Okay, so what is a support? Support, while looking at it, you can look at it like it's a floor. So when a stock is coming down, there is a support here. You can call this floor as support. There are buyers sitting at this price where from where the buyers will take the price up. Okay. Uh, this is a place where you can see potential buying happening in the markets in different charts. We'll look at charts going forward, but we'll see what support is first. So, basic understanding is the market brings the sellers bring the price down. At this level, there is a strong support, major support is a strong support here. From here, the market goes up. This is a minor support. Why? Because if the market is coming up, there is some selling pressure here, but the buyers in the end are strong and they take the price up again. Okay. This so what is the resistance? Resistance you can call, so support we said this is a floor. Similarly, resistance is what? It is a ceiling. So at this level there are a lot of sellers who are ready to sell, and the strength of sellers is more than the strength of buyers. So जब बायर्स जो रहते हैं वो जब स्टॉक को ऊपर लेके जाएंगे, यहाँ पे उनको सेलर्स मिलेंगे ये प्राइस पॉइंट पे, और वहाँ से सेलर्स उसे नीचे लेके जाएंगे. So this is basically what resistance is. Okay. So how do we identify support and resistance levels? So so we'll see this. This you can read at your own pace, but I'll show you how one can mark support and resistance in a chart. So here we can look at the chart of Nifty. So, so this is a daily time frame that we can look at. Also, one more thing, support and resistance is mostly a zone or an area, not just a single line. Sometimes it can be a line, but most of the time it is a zone or an area. So here, normally people use lines. So you can use Alt J to draw a line. Mostly, but as I said, it is an area. You can draw it using a box. So, so where do we see where should we mark support and resistance? So you need to find tops and multiple tops at the same price level. So you can see here. The Nifty has made multiple bottoms around this area, so you can mark those out. Okay. So this is the price where the Nifty has taken support multiple times. You can mark this out. So this is one of your supports. You can also mark resistances similarly. So as you see, the Nifty recently made a all-time high, but from there it was a resistance point. From there it went down. You can even mark this out. So this was the high of September 2024, and this is the high that it made in December 25. So you can mark support and resistance like this. Again, here we can see it has. So this was so this happens very frequently where the support and resistances interchange the positions. Here you can see there was a resistance over here, but right now, recently what has happened that resistance has turned into a support. This also happens frequently, and we'll see another example for this in going forward. Okay, so basically that is how you should mark support and resistances. There must be multiple points where the price is touching, and so this also gives you an idea of what historically has been happening in the stock. And even if history doesn't tend to repeat itself, it often rhymes. This is a very famous quote. Okay, So right now we saw how to identify support and resistance levels. So what you can do is, uh, if you had known these levels, and if you saw that the Nifty has reached this level and you sold, so this is an advice for traders who usually trade, and not investors, because investors don't really care for the recent movements. So if you saw the Nifty as all-time high at the resistance level and you sold, the market went down from there. That could be helpful in identifying where the sellers and buyers are. Okay. See, this is what I told when I said that resistance and support interchange the positions. So here you can see, okay, let's take a look at the chart of Motherson Sumi. Um, yeah. So what has been happening is Motherson Sumi had fallen around in April, and it tried to cross this resistance area of around 100 to 113. The sellers were strong over here. It again tried to break through that level in November of 2025. Finally, it was able to cross it by the end of November 2025, and it went up. This is a retest level. So what is a retest? It tries to go up and it comes back down. So from here, the buyers, some of them sell, and it retests this level. So this resistance has turned into a support over here. This was a resistance, this is a support here, and now it has started going up again. So this is how the resistance and supports interchange their positions. Uh, So there are trading strategies based on how support and resistance work, where the buyers and sellers are. Once you can identify support and resistance levels, you can take trades on this. So let's again take this example of Motherson Sumi. Uh, so here, what you saw was this was a resistance level. It broke out and it took a support here. So this is a good call that the buyers over here are very strong, and if you wanted to take a long position, you could take it here, which was easily a 7.5% move from here. You didn't have to do anything. You would just identify the support and resistance levels, and from there you could buy. So this is a very basic example of how you can use support and resistance to take trades. Again, one more example. So this was the retest what I explained. The price crossed and it came back down. Retest, and you can buy it on retest. This was that. Okay. So basically, what this video explains is what is a support. Support, the price is coming down. It takes support over here, and from there, you there is a possibility that there will be a buying in that stock. What is the resistance? The price has been going up, and there is a ceiling. There is a possibility again that it would come down. The more the touches that price level has for support or resistance, the stronger the levels. So again, support and resistances are not single lines; those are zones. So you have to keep in mind of that. So like you see here, this is a zone and not a single line. If I had put a single line, there won't be multiple touches over there. So you should give some breathing room to the support and resistance levels. Instead of plotting lines, you should plot areas using a box. Okay. Again, broken support levels become resistances and broken resistance becomes support. This we saw in Motherson for me again. Here, this was a resistance. The resistance was broken. It came down and became a support. This is what this explains. This explains. Also, one of the most important uses are entry, exit, and placing stop losses. So, while placing stop losses, what you should do is you should put your stop losses just below or just below your support or just above your resistance. So if you had bought here, you and it goes here, if your buying price was this, you should put your stop loss here, meaning that if the stock was to give a fake breakout, the loss that you would incur is low. Similarly, if you are taking a sell position over here, right, so you should put your stop loss just above the resistance, If this instead of going the way of your trade, if it goes the opposite way, you have the loss that you will incur is very small. Okay, to take an example, we can use Grasim. Okay, so Grasim has been moving in a small band. So if I were to take a buy position over here at say price of 2700, I'll put a stop loss over here around 26,650. So that means that my loss is very less, and I know that this is a major band that the stock is moving. So this is very helpful for taking short-term trades, uh, like I explained here. Also, one more thing, that it is important to use support and resistance with candlestick patterns. So, like we'll see more candlestick pattern in the coming videos, but here you can see a hammer candlestick forming. So this is a bullish candlestick, and it is very helpful if you use it with support and resistance. There is a high chance that it will play out in your favor. Okay, so that was it. So this was a video on support and resistance. Uh, what I've given here is not investment advice, but I would suggest you that you just watch, just study these charts. So two indexes I'll give: Nifty IT, Nifty Oil and Gas, and two stocks to study are Tech Mahindra and Indian Oil. Okay. Thank you. Please subscribe for more content